on, y'all. Hi, I'm Leathur, Rokk. This is Garfield the Street Cat. Welcome to my channel. Can I talk to you about something and just run it by you? Tell me if it's as wrong to you as it is to me. Say you're on Facebook, you got your messenger going on, but you're also in the middle of producing your video content, and you can tell when your messenger comes off because the light's flashing, alright? And I check it out because I see it's a friend of mine. It seems to me half the time when I'm just getting ready to film, I get people trying to talk to me on Instant Messenger. And sometimes I will take the time to respond to it. Other times I ignore it because I don't have time to bullshit when I'm filming, obviously. So it's a friend of mine, and he says he hasn't eaten in 3 days. Okay. And that strikes me odd, coming from this person who, if he's in town, he knows where all the food places are. If he's out of town, I can't understand why he's not eating unless he was on drugs or something. I really don't know him to be doing anything except being a weed guy, right, and a drinker. So anyway, I'm talking about, well, you know, I can heat up some of those frozen sandwiches from the people downstairs, or I can rustle up something else that I'd gotten from wherever. And so I said, what interests you? And he says he's at Tropicana, right? And by this time, it's about 11:30 at night. And so I told him that I was in the middle of doing some videos, right? So make a couple more videos and I go back to Instant Messenger. And then he says that his leg's hurting. And then I remembered that he walks with a cane. But then I'm thinking, okay, so what does he expect, that I'm supposed to be doing all this effort, cooking everything, and then I'm supposed to transport? I'm thinking, no, I'm sure that not possibly that he would expect me, that he's known me since I was 15 years old. He knows the kind of clothes that I wear. He knows that I'm a female. He knows that it's past midnight. Matter of fact, it is about 1 o'clock in the morning now. And he, all this time, has thought that I was going to go up to the boardwalk, or however, there's lots of ways to go to this casino, right? And I'm just supposed to go there. And I told him that I was filming. Well, I don't generally film in a sackcloth in a business suit. You guys know that. And so I'm supposed to go run the streets after cooking and doing all this food preparing for an able-bodied person. He walks with a cane. That's not the same thing as crutches. That's not like the same thing as, for instance, my mother walks with a walker. She would not have that much of a hard time getting from there to here. As a matter of fact, she actually wouldn't walk the distance. She would take a jitney. Now, I didn't ask him why he didn't eat for 3 days. I understand that sometimes people fall under hardships. I am not an uncompassionate person. But he is a male. He is like close to 6 feet tall, if not. He is sturdily built. I cannot imagine anybody would threaten him in a dark alley or anything unless they were the kind of person to take advantage of somebody that walked with a cane. I, on the other hand, and yes, even though you could argue that I'm used to walking the streets around here, and that even though I may be taking chances, I feel a certain confidence and I walk around and whatever, and I don't think too much of it. But that said, if you're a male, and you've always been a male, you should know that there are some biological differences between men and women. Are we allowed to say this in 2024? Am I going to get kicked off of YouTube because I admit that males and females are built kind of different? That there might be a strength and a size differential? 6 feet would be past here, okay. I am not 6 feet. My ideal weight is 105 pounds. Might be a little bit more than that now, but still. I am not a 6 foot tall, 300-pound man, and that's about what he weighs, okay. He does not have to fear for his safety walking these streets. I don't think he lives here locally anymore. He may live out of town most of the time. But anyway, the bottom line is he expects me to cook, do all this food preparation, and fly it to where he is. Past midnight? Is this how men are? Do you guys not consider women's safety? Do you really expect or take for granted that because somebody's probably not going to drag you into an alley and take your clothes off and have their way with you, that do you forget that other people don't feel as safe? Especially now. This is a big city. Well, it's not a big city technically, okay, but it has a lot of big city problems. Plus, with all these new populations that are being jetted all throughout the country because of our porous borders, we have more people here that we don't know. It's bad enough that I got to deal with the yoo-hoos that I sort of kind of know what the riffraff is, the nature of what's around here. But there are these other people that are in town now that I don't know. And no, I don't always feel as safe as I may make it out that I feel that I am. And I deeply resent it when males in my life totally put aside my personal safety because they would like the convenience of something. Now, I don't know, maybe he doesn't have 2 pennies in his pocket. Why people don't say maybe something happened to him. He didn't say that he was ripped off or something. But any man that would totally disregard a woman or a girl's safety when she specifically tells him that she is concerned, that she's not wearing a whole lot of clothes. Why should I have to go wear a whole bunch, bundle up a whole bunch of clothes like I am an Eskimo living in Alaska or something, when just because I might be concerned about my physical safety to transport food to somebody when they can walk here. If he's walking on a cane and he's having a hard time getting around, so he could do what my mother does and walk slowly. So what's more important here? Do I have to be so tolerant of disabled people that may be 6 feet tall and 300 pounds, that I am to ignore my personal 5'3" safety? I'm a chick. I'm not a dude. I'm supposed to run up to you with food and stuff? No. I don't think that's reasonable. And any of you men watching, I hope you don't see this kind of behavior in yourself. It's one thing if a woman doesn't say that she's concerned about her safety, but if she specifically tells you it's late at night, and why should she have to walk the streets to do this? If you want food from me, come to my house, I'll cook you up something. But don't ask me to go out there in my garters and all my fancy stuff when it's not even summertime. Take a chance with all the hoodlums that have been out here, all the drug dealers, all the guys that, oh, you do videos? All these creeps out there that would love to, if they knew that I was on YouTube, then they'd find out my name and they'd be monitoring what I'm saying. When a woman tells you that she's concerned for her safety and you willfully disregard it, it tells me you do not respect her. You know, I expect more of people that I've known since my teens, really. And if this is another example of Atlantic City people, I'll be so glad to get the hell out of here. I'd like to hear you guys talk about this in the comments. How do you feel about it? Am I overreacting, or is he being an idiot?